The miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the green earth, dwelling deeply in the present moment and feeling truly alive. By Thich Nhat Hanh. Hello everyone and welcome to Holistic Healing with Deepshikha. My favorite thing in the past few months has become to be amazed by this world, this life and the people around me. Obviously, in a positive manner. And by this, I don't mean being overly grateful or positive or constantly telling myself how amazing this life is, but by finding magic in little things. For example, a few days back I was traveling and the evening prior I wanted to eat samosa chole. So, what happened just as I was boarding my flight was that first I was upgraded from economy to economy premium. In the last 18 odd years of traveling alone, I have never had an upgrade. And then, as the meal was being served, the snack part of the meal was samosa chole. Wasn't the best kind, but the fact remains that I had samosa chole. I don't know how many feet up above in the sky. Of course, one way to look at it is that it was a happy coincidence. But another way to look at it is with amazement and wonder that the universe makes come true even the smallest of wishes, and how lucky can I be to have experienced it. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that you don't need a special ritual to experience the divine or the magic of life. In fact, sometimes the most profound spiritual moments happen when you're sipping your morning coffee, listening to the wind, or having a heartfelt conversation with a friend. And in my case, it happened while eating samosa chaat. Okay, so enough with the chart talk. But let's explore how we can bring spirituality into our daily routine in simple, practical ways. The best part is that you don't need a temple to feel spiritual. You just need presence. Meaning, be where you are. Not just physically, but also mentally and emotionally. Have you ever noticed how kids are completely absorbed in what they are doing? Whether they are playing or drawing or even just watching a bug crawl on the ground, they are fully there. That's what presence is, being completely engaged in the moment. Or if you've had the opportunity to observe a pet, they're always present. If they're playing with you, they are there. You will never catch them distracted, thinking about what to do next or about the time or if they did what they had to in the office, etc. 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 They are right there, giving you their complete attention. And isn't that what makes us feel so loved, so special? It is this gift of being present that they give us. So, how can we experience this? Well, next time you're eating a meal, slow down. Take a moment to truly taste your food. Appreciate where it came from. That moment of awareness, that's sacred. Another way to bring in some spiritual sparkle into your life is by being grateful. Gratitude isn't just saying thank you when someone does something for you. It's a mindset shift that turns the ordinary into something meaningful. Imagine being late to work, but instead of getting irritated or angry at the various reasons, you take a deep breath and believe that you're late because the universe is saving you from something, and that the delay is actually a good thing. By this, I of course do not mean to say that you should arrive fashionably late everywhere, but just talking about the mindset shift. The easiest way to do this is by maintaining a gratitude journal or diary, where at the end of each day you simply write at least 3 things that you are thankful for that day. It can be anything. My journal usually has my pet's name on it. Another thing is, somehow spirituality is always seen as something that can only be accessed when one leaves everything behind and goes to the Himalayas, or maybe those fancy retreats that one finds coming up everywhere these days. Of course, these retreats are fun places to be, and one does feel at peace in these places. But you don't really need a fancy retreat to feel connected to something greater. Just step outside into nature, and you will find calm and peace take over you. And if you're someone who lives in a city and there's not much nature outside, why not just have a few plants at home and every once in a while just spend some time with them? In the traditional way of greeting in India, One would fold his or her hands and bow down a little from the waist and say Namaste. Do you know what Namaste means? It means the divine in me honors the divine in you. One of the most overlooked ways to experience spirituality is through deep intentional connection with others. The people we meet in our life are not coincidences. They are all there for a reason. Some are lessons, some are blessings. Some stay, some leave. Whatever may be the relationship, however short or long may be the time, or shallow or deep the connection, the people and the relationships in our life are the easiest way to experience spirituality. Ever had a conversation where you felt truly seen? Where someone listened, not just waiting for their turn to speak, but really absorbing your words? That is a sacred moment. It is not just a conversation, it is a form of presence, love, and connection. Try it next time you talk to someone. Put your phone away, make eye contact, listen fully, and see how an ordinary moment turns into something deeply meaningful. And lastly, create routines and rituals for yourself. A ritual doesn't have to be religious, it's simply an intentional act that adds meaning to your day. However small the act may be, it can be sitting in silence for a few minutes after reaching home from work, or lighting a candle before going to sleep, or writing a journal at the end of the day, or having a cup of warm milk or tea. It can be any act done with intention, and see how it changes the energy in your space. Why I got into this topic specifically today is because something that I've come to realize is that as time progresses, we are getting more and more connected to devices and separated from ourselves. The connect that we should have with our body, our emotions, our soul is slowly being taken over by this fast-paced life. And the fact is that this fast-paced life isn't good or bad. It is just the reality of today's times. That is how things are. And that is why it is important to understand that spirituality doesn't have to be something separate from our daily life. It can be woven into the way we drink our tea, the way we greet a stranger, the way we notice a sunset. Being connected to ourselves and being kind to ourselves and others is all the spirituality that we need to experience the magic called life. You don't have to go anywhere to find the secret. It's right here, in the ordinary, waiting to be noticed. And as I end this episode, all I would like to say is thank you for spending this time with me. If this episode resonated with you, take a moment today to pause and appreciate something small but beautiful. And if you enjoyed this, share it with a friend who might need a reminder that the sacred is always within reach. Until next time, stay present, stay grateful, and keep finding the magic in the everyday.